We got to understand here the educational program that you have to be able to figure out whether it will go on the right lines where the people will end up in a situation where they can be able to really control themselves. You understand what I'm saying? With no education, the people that take this local foundation start stealing money because they won't be really educated to why it's the people's thing anyway. You understand what I'm saying? With no education, you have neo-colonialism instead of colonialism, like you got in Africa 9, like you got in Haiti. So what we're talking about is there has to be educational program. That's very important. As a matter of fact, it's so important for us that a person has to go through 6 weeks of our political education before he can consider himself a member of the party, able to even run down ideology for the party. Why? Because if they don't have an education, then they're nowhere. You dig what I'm saying? They're nowhere because they don't even know why they're doing what they're doing. You might get people caught up in the emotionalist movement. You understand me? You might get them caught up in because they're poor and they want something. And then if they're not educated, they want more. And before you know it, they'll be capitalists. And before you know it, we'll have Negro imperialists.
This educational process is necessary, and it's the people that will cause the revolution, and it's the people that will cause the change in the country. It's simply the vanguard of the revolution, and we plan to teach the people the strategy and the necessary tools to liberate themselves.
From the schism, we see counter-revolutionary cannibalism. Another residual of those is the silo. To be siloed means to be isolated. It means to be in a department of its own with no connection to any other, no connection, no communication, and no cooperation with any others. It is to create an authoritarian leadership amongst the organization. Usually creates a fear-mongering environment so that the collective work and responsibility in that organization only benefits that authoritarian leadership. Many times we see organizations that say that they're initiative-based, say that they're for the people, say that they're revolutionary. But any form, any signs of the presence of another organization without even looking at the other organization's political line, without even being willing to find out any information about them, there's a bad jacket placed on them. There's some form of reason given to members to discourage them with working with them. It's almost cult-like. Because the members then, they don't have a full understanding of political education. They only go in the way that was forced for them to go. They only look at the ideology that's forced for them to look at. They don't do any dialectics. There's no comparing and contrasting. There's no true re-education process. This silo creates an echo chamber in this organization where everybody is only speaking of that which pleases leadership, doing only that which empowers the leadership. And ultimately, you can't even tell these guys of any flaw that is there. To give revolutionary criticisms, to make an analysis. And these silos is viewed to be doing the grave act of being a counter-revolutionary. How funny. Then those who made the criticisms are ostracized. They're disciplined. Disciplined to the point of being banished. And this form of banishment is where they're just not called any name. They're just not called out of their name. We have a problem today where people are throwing around jackets on people, calling them informants, calling them agent provocateurs. No facts, no paperwork, no assessments, no eyewitness reports. Just out of one disagreement, oh, he's an agent. How many oftentimes have we heard these things being thrown on people? Sometimes it's over the most silliest thing. I've been in rooms where there'd be a plan to, do something random, grandstand, ambulance chase. And whenever somebody says that they're not gonna do that, when they question the integrity of this so-called maneuver, they're ostracized. They're degraded. And then they're referred to as an agent provocateur. Which is very crazy because an agent provocateur is one who is enticing. It is one who is also, as they say, trying to entrap someone to do illegal crimes, to do things that jeopardize the mission and misdirect it in a way that the members discredit themselves, where the members do something that equals persecution and jail time. This is the silo. It creates complete isolation. And it's ruled by, again, complete authority over the minds of membership, how they think, what they say, and what they believe.
As we go into the word silo, many counter-revolutionaries has put themselves in organizations, individualists and organizations, put themselves in a silo on a lonely island, isolated, all by themselves, due towards counter-revolutionary activities, due towards being an agent provocateur, due towards being jealous out of hate for others. Once again, snitch jacketing, making up lies, where real revolutionary organizations and the people can see that what they say and what they do is not true and credible. They are not trustworthy. They cannot be trusted due to their acts and actions. They become siloed, all by themselves, in a counter-revolutionary organization, moving as renegades. Everything they do is counter-revolutionary. Stealing, people's organizational names. Doing things they're just not supposed to do. They silo themselves. These people have no good morals and principles. They have no integrity. That's the reason why they're in a silo. They do not understand working, collective work, and responsibility with others. They think it's a competition. It's the reason why they're in a silo. Being in a silo when we're supposed to create a united front and working together, it's completely counter-revolutionary. Are you?
21st century, we have seen a phenomenon. Something that is instantaneous. Something that is more pleasing to the eye from a distance and more bitter to the taste when it's up close and personal. Many have called this the microwave generation, where patience is not practiced and where anything that takes time, it must happen quickly. Let's take a look at the social media, so-called revolutionary. Have you ever came across a social media post, a video, a flyer? Whether or not it was a meme, whether or not it was a quote from an ancestor, or even a progressive person of today. It says all the right things. The optics of whatever maneuver seems to be in good spirit, and the mission seems just. But then once you join, once you make the contact, all is not what it is cracked up to be. There's no political education. The maneuvers are instantaneous, boastful, self-promoting, gloating. They lack good security to make sure that there is safety with members. And then even more behind the scenes, it lacks infrastructure. Today in the social media age, we have seen the heights of quote-unquote revolutionary movements come and go like the wind. This is not to discredit anyone. This is just to really speak on the assessment that's being noticed. What's all the need for all the pictures of survival programs that are sloppy copies of the same survival programs from the 70s? At a closer look of some of these programs, right now just speaking on the survival program, food that's given to our people, is it coming from a healthy source? On the whole, is everyone talking about gardening, permaculture, horticulture, homesteading, co-ops? How do we feel comfortable putting food from the government's food pantries, non-perishable items that are high in sodium, processed foods that are toxic and detrimental to your health, put in a bag, given to our people while taking a picture, smiling in the camera. We must think about that one. Or ambulance chasing. While claiming to be revolutionary, we ambulance chase and get bull horns. Instead of bringing attention to the root of the issue, we storm government buildings, demanding fair treatment, demanding that the offender of whatever situation is persecuted to the fullest extent of white law by the fascist state.
As we go into revolutionary, social media revolutionaries is the worst kind of revolutionary. A social media revolutionary by itself is a person who gets on social media, likes, shares, comments, but does not want to do revolutionary activities in real life. Their whole day is based off of sensationalism, off revolution, off social media. These same people will say Black Unity, Umoja, Kwanzaa, Black Power once again, RBG. But when you contact these people in real life, they are nowhere to be found. They lack real life social skills. They do not want to deal with the people and do these activities in real life. We live in a time and era, in a social media era, where people is scared to do activities, revolutionary activities, beneficial, survivalist activities, programs and initiatives for the people in real life. People is satisfied with just sharing a flyer or sharing something that somebody else did. And in their mind, psychologically, they will feel that is revolution. They are fulfilled for that day. After they share that pic, after they share that comment or that quote, they feel they did a great job for today. Their sensationalism, the sensation of revolution has been fulfilled. That is a social media revolutionary. Now, most definitely social media can be used as a tool to heighten the awareness, to educate the people in a time of modern technology where everybody's on social media. We should most definitely use that tool to talk to people, to let people know what's going on, to inform people, bring awareness. One of the best tools to use this. But when this is all that you do, and you're scared to engage with the people in real life, you're scared to do everything that you post on there in real life, you become a counter-revolutionary. Just like what George Jackson said. Just like what George Jackson said. A person who just passes out pamphlets and calls themselves revolutionary. When are you going to do revolutionary activities in real life? When are you going to stop just liking our pics, sharing our quotes by itself? When are you going to join the revolutionary and help the people, help unify the people, help enhance our culture? When are you going to get off your couch and do something besides being only a revolutionary, a social media revolutionary?